Hey ladies, happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today we have a really good topic today. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. Today we have a really good series actually. We're today's part 2 of our Protecting Your Womb series. Very important discussion, okay? Today we're going to talk about relationships and reproductive health, okay? In terms of, fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, heavy bleeding. This is a very important topic because I'm always talking about reproductive health. I'm always talking about, fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. Hey Marsh, hey. Make sure you guys are liking, tapping the screen as you guys come in. And now we're going to talk about that in terms of relationship dynamics, because contrary to popular belief, when it comes to your reproductive health, when it comes to your well-being as a woman, this does have a lot to do with relationships, with the relationships you entertain, with the relationships that you're in, with the partnerships that you're in, okay? So we're going to talk about that today. Really excited about this topic. This is our Protecting Your Womb series week. Part 1 was about the impact of repeated uterine surgeries. If you have not watched that, make sure you watch the replay. It's on YouTube, okay? And if you click the link in my bio, you'll see where the link to my YouTube is, okay? So if you haven't watched part 1, make sure you watch part 1. Part 3 will be on Friday, okay? So today, we're going to talk about relationships, okay? Relationships, and what that has to do with reproductive health, because it has a lot to do with reproductive health, in case you guys did not know. And as y'all are coming in, please like the video. I want today to be an interactive live, okay? So make sure that you guys don't come in here being silent. Y'all talk. If y'all are new here, say hi, say something, put a 1 in the chat. All right, we want it to be interactive because today's a really good topic, okay? Make sure you guys are following me if you're not already following me. In case you guys are new, my name is Sasha. Okay, I like interaction. Okay, I like engagement. My name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist, and what I do is I help women who have reproductive health issues such as fibroids, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, fertility issues, get to the root cause of the problem. Okay, I help women get to the root cause of the problem, the energetic root cause, the emotional root cause, the physical root cause, in order to help them heal naturally and to guide them into healing naturally. This is what I do. I've helped many women get rid of fibroids naturally. I've helped many women who've had reproductive health issues such as ovarian cysts, heavy bleeding, get rid of these things naturally, restore their hormonal balance, okay? Also be able to get pregnant naturally, conceive naturally, for women that were having previous issues with that, okay? So I've helped many women, reclaim their reproductive health. A lot of women are very disconnected from their bodies, disconnected from their wombs, and the results show as far as women dealing with, almost every single woman is dealing with at least one reproductive health condition and today in 2024, and it's very sad. And you see what it does to women's lives. Hey Shanti, hey, good afternoon, hope that you're doing amazing. And you guys see what it does to women's life. It really does take a toll on women's lives, their well-being, their quality of life when you have fibroids, especially when you're dealing with the symptoms as they get worse, because fibroids grow, and as they grow, you're dealing with these symptoms, and ovarian cysts, and all of these endometriosis, especially, infertility issues. These issues only worsen as time goes on when we don't get to the root cause of the problem. Okay, so this was really important. I really want to talk about that today in terms of relationships and what that has to do, how they correlate together. We're going to explore different relationships dynamic. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Okay. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm a reproductive health expert, but not a relationship expert. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I've worked with many women. I've studied a lot about relationships, so I know a thing or two about them. Okay, I know a thing or two. So I think it's gonna be a great topic, y'all. We don't have no likes. Okay, we are a few minutes in the live. There's no likes. Okay, all you have to do to like the video is literally just tap on the screen, y'all. It is free. Okay. Tap on the screen, okay? That's what we like to do. We like engagement here. We like, thank you. Just tap on listen, it's free. Tap on the screen, tap if you're enjoying the conversation. Thank you so much, Bradley and Wendy, for liking the video. It's not hard, y'all, okay? It's not hard. Thank you, Kimberly, for liking the video. Let's get the likes up. So we can get more women in here, okay? We can get more women in here. The algorithm can push this out to more women, okay? So thank you so much for liking the video. Let's get the likes up to at least 1,000. Okay, let's get the likes up. Follow me if you guys are not following me. Again, I have extended the Memorial Day sale for the 12 steps on how to shrink your fibroids full bundle course and the Restore Your Womb course. Okay, I've extended it until May 21st. May 31st, I'm sorry, until Friday, May 31st, until the end of the month, okay? June 1st, we got 6 months left until 2024, okay? So you can get rid of fibroids. You can get rid of ovarian cysts if you start it now, okay? So we're not playing around. You can get your body healthy, but we got to start now. We cannot continue to push this, push this on the back, put this on the back burner, okay? Now, let's talk about relationships in terms of what that has to do with reproductive health and why it's so important, why relationships are so important when it comes to your reproductive health. In case you guys are new, and if you guys are new, make sure you guys are following me and make sure that you guys are also on my email list, okay? Click the link in my bio to join my email list so you can have access to part 1 and part 2, okay, of this Protecting Your Womb series. So what does relationship have to do with reproductive health? Relationships are very important. When we talk about women that's dealing with fibroids, when we're talking about women that are dealing with, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, all of these reproductive health issues, right? Even if you just have one, a lot of times, and I tell you guys this all the time, there's energetic root causes to fibroids. There's energetic root causes to ovarian cysts. There's energetic root causes. And for fibroids, for example, a lot of times women that have fibroids, there's a blow to the feminine ego. It could have been women that's had relationships and it hasn't worked out for them, and that's really taken a toll on them. They're holding that on an energetic level. It could have been women who had a lot of childhood trauma and they're carrying that with them. It could have been women that's dealt with past miscarriages. It could have been women that are in unfulfilling and unhealthy relationships, that have had currently, or maybe in the past, and that's still kind of weighing on them. Like, you may be in a healthy relationship now, but you're thinking about what your ex did to you 10 years ago, what what all these exes and all these men did to you 10 years ago or 5 years ago, and that could still be weighing on you in the womb space, because we hold on to trauma, we hold on to all these things, we hold on to them energetically in the womb. So when we talk about relationships, it's very important that women who have reproductive health issues, and a lot of times, so it's a half and half, like it's half and half, but it's really important for you to be in healthy relationships, okay? And when I say healthy relationships, I mean that both of you on both sides, the man and the woman, both are fulfilled. It's not gonna be perfect. Relationships are never perfect, but they should be fulfilling. They should not be abusive, of course. They shouldn't be toxic. Everybody should be respecting everybody. It's very important for you to engage and be in healthy relationships, and not just even healthy romantic relationships, also healthy friendships. Also, you should have a situation where your relationship with your coworkers and with your supervisor, with your boss, should be healthy as well. You should be getting, respect on both ends. You should be having boundaries, because typically when women have reproductive health issues, down the line, right, a lot of times they're people pleasers. They've let people kind of impede on their boundaries, and this has taken a toll on them. And if you guys can, I'm seeing some comments are being filtered out. I'm not sure why. Hopefully there's nothing crazy. But if you guys are understanding what I'm saying, please let me know. Like, feedback, y'all are quiet today, okay? But relationships are very important. Now, a lot of women that follow me tend to be Generation X and also millennials, both Generation X and millennials. And if you guys don't know the ages for that, let's just say 35 to 50, around that, right? That tends to be the age range of women that follow me, right? So when it comes to those particular age ranges, a lot of women were taught too that their lives are not really fulfilling without having a romantic relationship. There's another angle to that, right? A lot of women were taught in a way that, in a subtle way, that your life means nothing if you don't have a man. Your life means nothing if you don't get married, right? Your life means, so for women that, for example, are having issues with finding a husband, or maybe they haven't found a husband yet, right? Or a husband hasn't found them yet, that can really affect their self-esteem. Unfortunately, we see a lot of that. A lot of women's self-esteem is affected by what men think about them, or whether a man has chosen them or not. Which your self-esteem should never be based off that. Your self-worth should never be based off that. But that's the case for a lot of women. Okay, so in our culture today, in our society today, there's two types of women for the most part. There's women that are have this need to be in a relationship, are desperate to be in a relationship. And then we have women that are avoiding relationships 100%. That are avoiding relationships because maybe they've been hurt before. They're avoiding relationships because maybe they're not able, the man they want or the man that they would desire is not giving them any attention. So they're, we have a whole 4B movement, even in the U. Some people are in that movement now. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. If you guys have, let me know. But where women are rejecting dating, rejecting, any type of interactions with men, right? Any type of romantic interactions with men, which is an extreme version. Now, if you choose to do that on your own, maybe you just want to take a break from dating, that's different. But if you're doing a whole movement, if you're saying I'm not gonna, because you're upset, you're dealing with trauma, that's not a healthy way to deal with, disappointment and trauma and all these past things. Hopefully you guys are following what I'm saying, right? So we have two types of women. We have the women that are desperate for relationships, and these are two unhealthy versions. And then we have women that, have this need, desperate for relationships. Then we have then we have women who are almost, I would say that I hate men, women, right? I don't want to say feminist because that's just so cliche, but the women that hate men because they can't, number one, they're not getting attention from the men that they want, or they haven't had the best interactions with men. I know we all, put a 1 in the chat if you guys know women like that. Some of you guys may be women like that, I don't know. But put a 1 in the chat if you guys know women like that hate men, that always tear men down all the time and act like all men are the same, and just because she's had some disappointments in her life, right? And if if she just is always negative when it comes to romantic relationships. She's always viewing them from a negative space because of her interactions. Maybe it's the way she grew up. Maybe it's because she personally did not have a healthy example of relationship in front of her. So she assumes that all men are horrible, right? Just because maybe she's personally had bad bad interactions with men, right? So there's that woman, and then there's the desperate woman who cannot be happy unless she has a relationship. Unless she's in a relationship, unless the man has chosen her, right? So the healthy way to look at this, right? A healthy alternative when it comes to both, those are both extremes, but those are both we see that prevalent in today's society. The healthy way you want to look at this is that we actually want to be in a space where we're creating a beautiful life for ourselves, no matter whether we're single, we're married, we're engaged, right? We create a beautiful life for ourselves, and whoever comes in just adds to that. That should be it. Your happiness should not be based off, so fibroid stems from this. Yes, if your self-worth is low, because it can. Because you have to understand, fibroids also represent emotional blockages. So if you have low self-worth, which stems from maybe past experiences, childhood, childhood trauma that you're carrying onto, a lot of women that have fibroids do have low self-worth, right? Or especially at the time that you've gotten fibroids, they don't just come out of nowhere, right? These are also energetic reasons, right? So there may be, and I've seen this with maybe past clients and things like that. They may be, we may have had, toxic relationships that we were in before, or maybe we may be in and we haven't let those things go energetically, or we may be in toxic relationships as of now. So basically, fibroids are caused by stress. That's one of the things that cause fibroids, but trauma, stress, these things are linked to fibroids, right? And then you have women who they don't feel worthy if they don't have a man. That's a big thing that I see. You guys, there's a lot of women who, again, maybe they're single, they've been single for some time, and it really impacts their self-worth. It really impacts how they feel about themselves. And a person, whether your relationship status should never impact how you feel about yourself. It should never be, it's just a status. It's just, it should never impact whether you love yourself or don't love yourself, or how highly or how low you view yourself, right? A relationship status should never do that. But for a lot of women, they've been taught to not really, really love themselves, not really, that's why self-love, I think, is so big right now, because a lot of women have been taught, listen, it's all about you getting a husband. That's it. In a subtle way, your life pretty much doesn't mean anything. Your happiness doesn't mean anything. In a subtle way, they've been taught that it's all about getting married and having a husband, and life stops and ends right there. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys agree with what I'm saying, that women have been kind of taught that, especially if you're a Gen X, millennial, older millennial especially. I don't think people are teaching their kids that so much now, but in a subtle way, women have been taught that in our society, that their livelihoods, their happiness, their fulfillment doesn't really mean much. It's all about a man and getting married to a man, and your life is kind of tied to that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Y'all are so quiet. Y'all are quiet. Does anybody understand what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not explaining it right. I don't know. But you guys, feedback. would be helpful. Okay, feedback would be helpful. What do you guys think about women who are? Do you guys think it's healthier for a woman to feel like, you know, she's complete whether she has somebody or not? Do you think this is also because, like I said, a lot of times when we have these reproductive health issues, stress, you know, unfulfillment, anger, trauma, we're still holding on to them, hanging on to them. Women have been taught that. However, I was raised differently. Okay, good, Shanti. I was raised to be independent and to love myself. Love that. Now, there's two sides to that, okay? I love the fact that you said that. Because independent, right? Because let me just say this, right? I think, okay, so independent, I'm assuming, because it can have different meanings for different people. I'm assuming that you're meaning that you were raised to do for yourself, which I think in this society, every woman has been, right? I don't think anybody's really raising their children to, I'm raising you for you to only depend on a man. Like, there's no, you can have no career, no money, no nothing. Like, I think back then they did that, but not really right now, right? Right now, women are kind of raised to, even if they are raised to, hey, you have to have a husband, you have to have a husband, but they're still going to school, they're still, having careers, right? So hopefully, the independent word can be a little, because okay. I just want to break that down, because there's a two side to it, because I think everybody is raised to do for themselves, whether they have a husband or not, right? Even if you are being taken care of your husband. Even women who are housewives, they still have college degrees. A lot of them have worked before. So everybody is kind of raised that way in this society. You're making complete sense. Some relationships come from childhood trauma. Absolutely. A lot of women recreate the relationships that they saw growing up. They recreate that in their current relationships. They recreate their parents' dynamic. Let's say their parents' dynamic wasn't the healthiest. They recreate that in their current relationship. So that's another thing that you have to watch out for. When you're not self-aware, that can tend to happen. And when, again, you're desperate need for a relationship, you have to have somebody there, because you're not happy with your life. A lot of times, a lot of women are not happy with their life. They're not happy with their career. They're not happy. So what's the next best thing? Let me just find a man so they can forget about what's going on in their life, right? So they're stressed out. They think that finding a man and they can take the focus off them and then focus on their relationship, not knowing that when you're a broken person, when you're not happy with yourself, you're going to attract another broken person, and that's just going to be a bunch of brokenness, right? But when you're content with yourself, when you've created a healthy, happy life for yourself, person that's coming in is a person that's going to be attracted to that is a person that's also done the same thing for themselves. So it's two people coming together that are whole and complete already without each other, right? But just coming together to merge together, right? So hopefully we attract what we are, whether we like it or not. And a lot of people, we blame our relationships, we blame the people that we've dated for all the bad things that go on in our lives, right? This is easier to do that, not knowing, listen, not sitting back and asking ourselves, why did I even attract this person in the first place? What state of mind was I in? Because, it's the same thing that, I say about narcissists too. Narcissists are attracted to a particular type of woman. They're not attracted to every single woman. They're not going to attract the woman that has high self-worth, that knows who she is, that they're going to repel each other. It's not going to happen. They're attracted to, shifting the blame. Absolutely. They're attracted to a certain type of woman, low self-worth, who again is, in victim consciousness. And I say that victim, when you're a victim, stuck in victim consciousness, everything is everybody else's fault. Everything is, it's everybody else's fault. A lot of times that tends to be women that have reproductive health issues, right? They're not taking responsibility of their choices, the way they've actually lived their lives, right? Because in a sense, we're kind of taught to think that way. We're taught not to blame. We're taught to blame everything than actually our own habits. We're taught to blame genetics. We're taught to blame our parents, everything but what we're doing in our own reality, in our own choices. So hopefully that makes sense. So the quality of your relationships are very important when it comes to your reproductive health. So it's important that women who have reproductive health issues, fibroids, endometriosis, it's important for every woman, but especially if you have reproductive health issues, to make sure that if you're getting in relationships, number one, that they're healthy and they're serving you, but also two, for you to feel whole and complete on your own, whether you're single or not, for you to feel wholeness and completed on your own. No relationship can do that for you. Even I don't care if you've been married for 100 years, right? You still have to cultivate a life for yourself and be happy for yourself, right? Again, ideally before getting in the relationship, ideally. So that's really important. I think that when we find fulfillment within and not within other people, we attract people that are also too healthy, evolved, right? That are also in alignment to how we feel about ourselves. But when we're not, when we're broken, when we hate our lives, when we just want to because I've been in that position before where I was broken, I didn't like my life. So then you get in a relationship to distract you from your own life. And that's never going to work out. It's never going to work out. Okay. So it's really important. And for you to be healthy, you do have to be physically healthy, right? As well. You do have to be physically healthy because what's going on the inside reflects on the outside. Okay. So as you're getting your health together as well, a lot of women too, they really attract better quality of men after they've worked on their health, because when you work on your health, it's also an emotional. You're working on your emotional health, your physical health. After they've done some work on themselves, they attract a better quality of men. Some of you guys may have noticed that yourselves, right? But when you're in a space where you're not at your best, sometimes we attract people that are also not at their best, and it just becomes a whole struggle situation that you don't want to even, be involved with. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Make sure you guys are liking the video. I'm also going to answer questions, of course, about fibroids, about endometriosis, about other heavy bleeding, polyps, whatever questions that you guys have as well about it. If you guys have questions, if not, then we're gonna cut it short. But I do want to say I do have I extended the Memorial Day sale. So if you still haven't gotten the 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course, if you still haven't gotten the Restore Your Womb course, grab those courses. Okay, I'm telling you, we have 6 months left until 2024. It is time for you to embark on your healing journey in a full-fledged, not just doing a little bit just to get by. I'm talking about full-fledged, your healing journey. Start now. We can be fibroid free. We can get rid of 2, 3, 4 fibroids before January 1st, 2025. If you really, I don't like to put time on it, but a lot of people can be fibroid free by 2025 if they really put the work in and put the time in now. I'm eating watermelon for lunch. It's hot in NYC. Yeah, it's hot here too. Watermelon sounds good. Good afternoon. Hey, Ursula. Good afternoon. Yes, it's hot here too. I totally understand. Make sure you guys are liking the video. But yes, it's really important. So I would say that somebody posted, there was a woman that posted, shout out to her, because I don't want to, take it, her post was really good. And I kind of like agree but disagree. I'm always like that though. I like to find some type of balance in between the situation. But she posted, it was a really good post, and it sparked a great conversation. So are unpaired women between, and I want you guys to answer this for you because I want this to be interactive, so you guys can answer this for me as well. Are unpaired women between ages 35 and 50s in trouble? Okay, are they in trouble? She was saying that those type of women, they tend to, not do the best health-wise, or just, they're longing for a union. So what do you guys think? Do you think between the ages of 35 to 50, if you don't have a spouse, partner, when she says unpaired, I'm thinking she means unmarried. So if you don't have a spouse, right, a significant other, somebody you're legally married to, does that really impede on your health? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts about that. Does that really affect your health? Does that affect your emotional health? Does that affect your self-worth? I would love to hear your thoughts about that. What herbs are helpful for heavy bleeding? What's helpful for heavy bleeding is us getting to the root cause of the heavy bleeding, okay? It's us getting to the root cause of the heavy bleeding. That's what's helpful for heavy bleeding for sure. For you why are you dealing with heavy bleeding? I want you to ask yourself that. Like, what habits, what's going on in your body? Why is your body bleeding heavily? Okay? And then we have to fix the gut. We gotta clean out the liver. We have to again, our habits dictate our symptoms. It's not just you take a herb or a supplement and everything goes away forever. That's not how it works, okay? Heavy bleeding is due to fibroids. So then what causes to develop fibroids, right? What causes to develop fibroids? So we have to, that's why, I don't know if you've watched User 25, I don't know if you've watched my root cause video. I don't know if you're on my email list, but if you're not on my email list, get on my email list so you can get that training on estrogen dominance, which is the root cause of heavy bleeding and fibroids. Because even honestly, for ladies that are dealing with heavy bleeding due to fibroids, you can definitely lower the bleeding when you still have fibroids. I've had clients do it, within a couple of weeks with my courses. So I think mental health for sure. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. You think it does affect your mental health? Okay. No more unhealthy snacks, eat fruits. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait till watermelon season. It's watermelon season right now. It's definitely watermelon season right now for sure. I think it started like in May. I think it's when it's watermelon season starts. Unhappiness leads to issues. Absolutely. So let me know what you guys think. So do you guys think that 35 to 50 if women are unpaired, women are unmarried, does that affect their health? Does that affect their mental health, their emotional health, their physical health? I know some family members struggling with finding a mate. The amount of jealousy is insane. Really? Wow, Angel, I'm so sorry to hear that they're jealous and judging. I'm so sorry. Yes, so it does affect the health. So, okay, I'm happy y'all said that. Okay, so I see this in 2 ways. I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Okay, I see this in 2 ways. It can, but it's 2 sides to it. It can affect your health if you've been raised in a way, right? Which a lot of women have, especially if you're a millennial, especially a later millennial or Gen X. I would say between the ages 35 to 50. More than likely, you were raised in a way where marriage is a must. You have to get married. You were raised in a way where if you don't have a husband, like let's say in your 20s, right? If you don't get married, then what's the point of living? Like that's kind of how women were raised before. That's kind of how women were raised, like, preparing you for a husband. Yes, you still went to school, you still had a career, you still had all that, but it was still like husband, like, and it was still your life pretty much was judged. It was like, okay, well, you have to kind of act like this or just like this because so men will be attracted to you, so a man will choose you. That's kind of how, and let me know if you guys were kind of raised like that as well. In a sense where, you kind of have to, yes, that's true, but they believe marriage is a must. Yeah, marriage is a must. It's the end all be all. That's it. If you're a woman, now a man, he has the option of getting married or not. That's how people were raised, right? But if a woman, if you're not married as a woman, then your life is just over. It's waste. It's a trash. I'm not saying this. This is what society was saying before. Okay, it's not me saying it. I'm also depends on the person and if they are being pressured to get married or have children. Absolutely, Angel. That's another thing too. Some religions and nationalities are like this too. Absolutely. So back then they were never teaching. Here's an issue with that, right? Because back then they were telling people just get married, just get married. They weren't talking about you being compatible with the person. They were just like, as long as the guy's nice. That's it. That was it. And he want to marry you, boom, just go ahead and do it, right? But that's why that generation probably has the most divorces, okay? That's another thing too. They weren't teaching about emotional well-being, whether the person was emotionally intelligent, whether you guys were compatible, whether you guys had the same values. That's deeper than we both just want to get married and have children. No, it's deeper than that. Like, what kind of lifestyle do you guys want to have for your children? Do you want to leave something, monetary assets for your children later on? Do you want to build wealth, or do you want to just stay the same in the same job and for 30, 40 years? Like, are you guys aligned with your goals? Is this person emotionally healthy? Does this person have good conflict resolution skills, which is very important in a relationship? In a committed relationship, a person having good conflict resolution skills. Some people don't have that, and that will kill a relationship, right? That would kill a relationship. So things like that, people weren't being taught to look for if this person was an emotionally healthy person. Because if you're not self-aware, if you're not emotionally healthy, you're not equipped for a relationship. You're not equipped for a marriage. You're just not. Okay, marriage is not for everybody. Okay, so people weren't taught that. And then people weren't really taught that to really look for that. So that's why we have a lot of people that's getting divorced, but now I think people are being taught that nowadays. Nowadays they're being taught to know it's deeper than just he's a man and he wants to marry you. No, it's deeper than that. Yeah, he may look good on paper, but are you guys compatible? Like, what is his plans for the future? What is his 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 20-year plan? What plans do you guys have for these children? Like, what is going on? Is he emotionally healthy? Is he self-aware, right? Does he blame all his exes? Does he call them all crazy and blame everything on them, or does he actually take accountability? Like, does this person if this person's self-aware, okay, does this person have good conflict resolution skills? Does this person just block people when they get upset, or do they actually try to see both sides of whatever's going on, right, of the discussion? That's important, but people don't really take that. People are starting to take that into account now. Is this person narcissistic? Does this person have narcissistic traits? Okay, that's another thing too, right? People don't really take that into account. Back then, they didn't take that into account. They were like, as long as you married, that's it. We don't care about nothing else. But now they're starting to care about more than just being married. It's deeper than that, right? So getting back to 35 to 50, okay. So it depends, right? Are there some women, because when you're raised like that, like your life is meaningless unless you're married. Of course, you're gonna feel your mental health is gonna suffer without getting married. Your mental health is gonna suffer significantly if you're not married, right? Especially if you're the only one in your friend group not married, it's gonna really get to you. However, if you were raised in a much healthier way, where it was like you were raised to whatever, to be fulfilled with your life and to actually add to your life, no matter who else is there, to love yourself, no matter who's there and who's not there, to actually, you were raised to have boundaries. You were raised in a way that was high vibrational, and to really love yourself, and to have high self-worth, no matter who is in your life or not. If you were raised in, okay, then why are you here? Why are you here then if it's giving you goosebumps? Okay, so if you were raised in that type of way, then that will definitely add to, that would definitely have you look at relationships in life differently, right? If you were raised in a way to love yourself, to really pour into yourself, to have high self-worth, if you were raised in a healthy type of way, that's going to, you're not, I mean, of course, everybody has that feeling to want somebody to add to their life, but it's not gonna be a need. Like, I need somebody there. I'm desperate to have anybody there. Oh my God, to fulfill that role. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's beautiful if it happens, but if it doesn't happen, we're still gonna have a good life anyway. We're still gonna travel. We're still gonna, do what we want to do. We're still gonna have an amazing career. We're still gonna live in our life purpose. We're still going to, be a light in this world, and just be there for people. We're still gonna have a fulfilling, lovely life regardless, and still love people, not be hateful, not be jealous, and still not be, and not sit here and say, I hate men, I hate all men are this way. No, we're still going to love and everything that, that's the attitude that somebody that has more of a healthier mindset, a more balanced mindset will have. So I actually, to speak to the point, I actually don't agree that now that by default, all women between the age of 35, 40, 50 are going to feel inadequate, or, this is going to have their mental health affected without a man. However, because a lot of women weren't raised to have, to have healthy self-worth, unfortunately, that's going to be how it is now. Now, I would say the next generation of women, like Generation Z, I don't think that they were raised the same way. Generation Alpha, they're not being raised that marriage is the end all be all. They're not being raised that way. So they're going to have a different view of how they view, life, much different, maybe a healthier view. Who knows? Even with a partner, you still have to be an individual. Absolutely. You still have to be an individual. You still have to love yourself. You still have to feel whole and complete. Because if you put that on your partner, then good luck. That doesn't really work out too well for a lot of women. I see that. It doesn't work out too well, okay? So, and even when you do have high self-worth, again, you attract better quality of men, you attract better quality of friendships, you just attract people on your level, right? On your vibrational level. But when you have low self-worth because you're single, you attract somebody else that also has low self-worth, that relationship is not going to be at its best. Have you guys ever know somebody that was desperate, that got married? And have you guys ever seen the quality of their marriage? I'm talking about somebody that's desperate, that had I just want to get married. That's it. I just want to get married. My life is not content. I'm not content with my life. I just want to get married. Have you seen the quality of their marriages? They're just married to get married. That's a lot of people. They married to get married. And you see how that works out, right? Either they're divorced already or they're depressed. Either one, okay? So don't ever be that person where you just you married to get married. We don't have a lot of likes today, okay? If you guys don't mind, please like the video. I want to do Q&A now, okay? I do want to do Q&A for women that have reproductive health issues. But it's important that you cultivate a healthy, whether you are married, single, in a relationship, engaged, I don't know, whatever, anything in between, poly, whatever, because they're doing everything these days, okay? Whatever type of relationship dynamic that you're in, it's important for you to be healthy, happy, whole on your own, okay? And it's okay to, of course, want somebody in your life, but I want you to really think, the reason why I'm longing for somebody in my life, is it because of what society has taught me? Is it because society has taught me that I'm not okay by myself? Or is it because I actually would like somebody, to share my life with? That's another thing too. Sometimes you have to understand, you have to know the difference between what I've been indoctrinated to think or as opposed to what's really my own thoughts, because society likes to project on people. People like to project on people a lot. So if, people are saying, your life is nothing if you don't have a partner. Like, there's many people who don't have partners who have very lovely and fulfilling lives, like, and have done a lot for the community and have done a lot for the world and have been happy, right? So some people say that you're not happy without children. I don't think none of that stuff is true. Is that society telling you that, or is that coming from your own thoughts, right? You have to understand the difference. If you do not grow being alone and learn yourself, you will not be properly loved. Yeah, you will not be able to properly love somebody else. You won't. And if you don't love yourself, if you don't properly love yourself, then people are not going to be able to properly love you, right? They're just not. They're not. Okay, so it's very true. Very, very true. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Anything? If you guys are coming in later, we'll talk about relationships, dynamics, and reproductive health. I think it was really important conversation to have, because the quality of our relationships really do impact our health. They do, especially when it comes to women. So if we are in, a lot of times when women, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. When women are in relationships, when they're married and their health is not the best, not all the time, but a lot of times it's like, how's the quality of that relationship? Okay. Or it could be maybe that woman is just, again, hanging on to a lot of past stuff. It could be her relationship is great, but she's hanging on to a lot of past trauma, and just a lot of letting that stuff get in her head, anxiety, depression, right? Hanging on, there's a lot of stuff there energetically that needs to be cleared out. That's another thing as well. That's what I've seen as well. Okay. So the quality of our friendships, our relationships, our family members, the relationship that we have with our family members really do matter. It matters to the quality of our health. So it's really, really important for us to cultivate healthy relationships, beautiful relationships. And whether you're alone or, you're out there dating, whatever it is, right? Whatever your situation is, it's important for you to feel happy, whole, and ladies, no matter what, create a beautiful life for yourself. Create a beautiful life for yourself, no matter what. Okay. What does the beautiful life look like? It depends on what you want. Live where you want to live. Okay. Go places that you want to go to. Travel where you want to. Don't wait until you on vacation for you to actually have fun. No, create fun moments in your life all the time. I told my clients yesterday, everybody has to we got hobbies. We all gotta have a hobby. It's not just about working and then going to bed and then paying bills. No, life is so much more than that. So it's about having. So now this summer, pick a hobby. Pick a hobby where you're able to be creative and actually engage in some type of creative outlet, right? So it's important for you to create a beautiful life for yourself, no matter what that is, right? Go places where you want to go to, like whether it's you want to go see a play or go to a vacation. Like cultivate a life where it's beautiful every single day. Cultivate a space. Your home should be beautiful, right? It should be a place that's inviting and beautiful. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, but it should be a comfortable place for you, right? So that's very important. You should not have a life that you hate. I don't care if you're single, married, whatever. Stop, we settle for lives that we hate, and then we just look forward to small moments of fun, instead of actually still having fun and still planning those trips and everything like that. But still, at the same time, what about currently, every day to day? What about you having, cultivating some type of fun in your life every single day, right? I don't care what that is. I don't care if that's literally you going out in nature, meditating outside, something, right, that you can look forward to every single day, right? And making sure that you have a beautiful space. Create a beautiful life for yourself, okay? I think that women have not been taught to do that. They've been taught to just, again, everything, we live and die on a man. Well, especially, like I said, especially Generation X, millennials, they've been taught that. Especially older millennials have been taught that everything's about a man. Every single thing. Like life just, you call your friend up, it's always about a man. Okay? We have to, that's, yes. I'm not saying anything, men are important. I'm not saying they're not, but we're more important. We should be more important to ourselves. Okay? Life should not just, we should not just live in, like, it should not be like, that's the entirety of our lives, whether we have a man or not. That it should not be that way. Okay? It should not be that way. Life was not created to be that way, okay? If you were raised that way, you have to start to, deprogram from that stuff. You do. Sometimes the way we were raised, our parents did the best that we can, but we have to, know the difference between projection and things that don't serve us, and kind of like let those things go. And again, create new, healthier ways to look at life. New, healthier ways of having, even in this generation, especially millennials, they're even cultivating different ways to really train their children, right? Everybody's doing the whole gentle parenting thing, right? That, listening to children's feelings and actually, instead of just spanking them, over and over again for just being kids, So hopefully that makes sense. We're noticing different things that our parents did that weren't healthy, that did not work, and we're changing those things. So do that for yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself as well, right? That's very important. Understand what's healthy, what's not, throw out the stuff that wasn't healthy, and start to deprogram from that, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, all right? Let me know if this was helpful, y'all. Let me know if this was helpful. If you guys have questions, definitely ask some questions before I go. This really, really important conversation, because again, as women, our relationships do matter. And I think that we've been taught to, again, we have two archetypes. We have the woman that's avoidance of relationships, which is not healthy. I hate men type of women. I'm avoiding relationships because they haven't been chosen by the men that they want. So they're just like, I'm not dating, I'm not this, even though they haven't been asked on a date in years. But I've seen women like that, right? I'm joining the 4B movement, all of this stuff. And then there's the other side of woman who is, I'm desperate, I don't want to be alone, I'm this and that. Like those two archetypes of women, both of them are not healthy, right? It should be whoever comes in my life is, it's just adding to my already beautiful life, okay? Whether they come or not, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. This is very good insights. Having no kids is stressful. Really, having no children is stressful? You think so, Marsh? You think so? Or having kids is stressful? Which one? Having kids is stressful, or having no children is stressful? I would say this, okay? This is probably an unpopular opinion, okay? For women that I know that there's a time in a woman's life where she has to kind of decide whether, okay, maybe she's not partnered, right? And it's like, okay, I do want children. Now, you guys know fertility and age do not correlate, okay? Fertility, but I know that as women get, maybe like either they're inching close to 50, or like they're in their, already in their 50s, they're kind of thinking, okay, so let's say I don't find whatever, why does that have to stop you from having a child? Okay, so why does that? Because I'm not saying do IVF, because you guys know I'm against that. I'm against pumping yourself with synthetic hormones. However, there's a lot of children in this world that need a home. Okay, so why does this? I want to buy the program for the 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course. Great Lush. It's actually on sale until Friday. So if you want to buy the 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course, definitely buy it now. It's on sale until Friday. And guys, this is the last sale, because I said, you know what, I'm extending the sale till Friday, but it's the sale on the courses of the year, on these courses, the Restore Your Womb course and the 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course. Okay, so hopefully you're able to get it before Friday. I want kids, but I'm over 45, being pressured by society to have one. Oh, okay, so this is great. So Marsh, is it because you want children? So is it society pressuring you to have children, or do you really want to have children? Now, if you really, really want to have children, and you had like the, I would say the money, the emotional well-being, because you have to be also, this is one thing people don't prepare for children too. You have to be you have to really work on your own traumas before having children. A lot of people don't talk about that, but that's a big thing. So is it because of society, or is it because of you? Do you feel like you're in a space mentally, financially to have a child? You're ready. Okay. So look into, this is just my opinion. Okay. Take it with a grain of salt, but why not look into adoption? There's lots of kids that need a home. There's lots of babies that need a home. So why not look into it? I know someone that I worked with now that have kids in her 40s. Absolutely. Having kids in your 40s is if you're healthy, having kids in your 40s, there's no problem with that. She's pregnant. Yes. Listen, I posted a woman that had a baby at, what was she, 50 or 51? Recently, I was a woman that had a baby at 50 or 51, and when you go to her original post, there was many women in her comment section says, I'm 51, I'm pregnant right now. Like, natural pregnancies now. Many women saying that they get late 40s and 50s. If you want a kid naturally, okay. Now I'm gonna ask, okay, so if you want to, and that's honestly, you know, if you want a kid naturally, I totally understand. I 100% understand. So if you want a child naturally, now, because I would, this is something that this is another thing too that women have to, do you want to, I don't want to say wait, I hate to say that word, use that term, but do you think, is there somebody in your life that that you would, I guess, somebody in your life that you think that would be a good father, that you guys are maybe like dating, and maybe that you feel like it will go in a space where you will get married, and you have somebody in your life like that? If not, girl, it can happen tomorrow. But I'm just saying, I'm working on it. Okay, to get rid of these 5 boys or something. Okay, great. So there we go. You know, don't rush it. Even though you're over 45, listen, there's still time, but you're getting your body healthy. And Marsh, you've done a great job so far. You've gotten rid of 2 fibroids. Everybody, shout out to Marsh. She's been following me for a while. She took my 12 steps on how to shrink your fibroids full bundle course. She actually got rid of 2 fibroids, completely rid of 2 fibroids, and she shrunk the rest of her fibroids. So he wants another kid. Okay. So Marsh, like, girl, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. One of my aunts had 3 kids, and her 3rd child she had in her 40s. Yeah, that is her. Now my cousin is in college. Shanti, that is normal. A lot of women have kids in their 40s. He wants another kid. Okay, that's good. Oh, there you go. Okay. Now work on getting rid of the rest of those fibroids. Listen, or getting them as small as you can, in which they've already shrunk, but get them as, get your body healthy. Boom. There you go. Okay. There you go. So, again, don't stress over it. Don't allow society's pressures to get inside your head, because I feel like a lot of women, when that does happen, they start having anxiety, right? This is where we get anxiety from. When we're fearing, number one, we're fearing the future that hasn't even happened yet. And we're kind of letting society get in our head, getting other people's opinions, thoughts, and pressures getting in our head. This is where we have society. We have a lot of women that are on anxiety medication who don't need to be on anxiety medication. Nobody should be on anxiety medication. That's a whole other different conversation. Okay? I'm in my 30s, but I think people may think that it's not possible in their 40s. Yeah, it's very possible. Like, I don't know why people still think in 2024 you can't have a baby in your 40s. Listen, if you guys know any nurses, midwives, doulas, okay, people that work in the maternity, like, in hospitals, OBGYNs, they're like, listen, at least half women that I help deliver babies are over 35, over 40. Like, it's so normal. It's so normal. Anything is possible, but shedding some light on. Listen, for having a baby at 40s is nothing. It's really nothing. Naturally is nothing. Okay? It's all about your health. We have women that are 25 and struggling to have a baby, that are going for IVF because they have bad health. It's all about your health. Get your health healthy. Get your body healthy. I'm sorry. Get your womb healthy. Get your body healthy. Okay? That's what's important when it comes to having children. It has nothing to do with your chronological age. It's just age. How healthy is your body? What's your biological age? That's a different conversation, because not every 40-year-old is made this is the same. You got one 40-year-old that's just eating whatever she wants to eat, living a horrible lifestyle, depressed, anxious, just a hot mess. And then you have another 40-year-old that's over here, no fibroids, no heavy bleeding, that's actually taking care of her body, taking care of her health. Who do you think is gonna have a baby? Who do you think is gonna have a baby faster? And a healthy baby at that. It's not just about getting pregnant. It's about being able to carry that baby to full term and having a healthy pregnancy. Okay, fibroid free of all this bleeding and all this cyst and all these. Having a healthy pregnancy. Okay. So there's another health coach that I know. She had 2 babies at home in her 40s. Okay. No doctor intervention at home, okay? In her 40s. Just her husband. That was it. Healthy babies. Okay? Healthy babies. So, does anybody have any questions before we go? Again, listen, 40s, we gotta stop. Our bodies were made to run until 120. Now, I'm not saying everyone's gonna live to 120, but menopause and all this stuff is not really supposed to happen until 60s and 70s. But it's just with our culture, with the way society is, it's happening a lot earlier for people because of their health, because they're not taking care of their body. So you see people now, women they had a woman who on TikTok who was talking about she was in menopause in her 20s, which is crazy. They're having women that have perimenopause in their 20s, late 20s. Menopause is not supposed to happen until 60s or 70s. It's really not. It's not. If you look at societies where they actually take care of their bodies and take care of their health, they will shift into menopause, and it'll be a gradual shift in their 50s. And y'all, I only got 2K likes today. Can y'all like the video? Tap on the screen, please help the algorithm out. Y'all not liking the video. I know we're almost done, but it'd be nice if y'all tap on the screen, like the video. Let's at least it would be nice to get at least 5,000. Sheesh. We're struggling with the likes today. Thank you, Marsh. This 48-year-old girl is going through menopause. That's early. That's early. I've actually gotten women out of what they thought was menopause. One of them was 49, about to be 50. The other one was 48. Like, they were both in their late 40s, okay? I got them. One thought she was in menopause for 3 years. She was like, yeah, I've been in menopause for 3 years. I said, let's see if that's really the truth, because I don't think that you're really in menopause. I told her that. She was like, no, I've been in. Okay. She joined my Detoxify Your Womb program. This was 2023, early 2023. Within like 6 weeks, she had a period, and it wasn't a crazy period. It was not a lot of bleeding. It wasn't no cramps. It was just like 2-3 days. She was shocked. She was like, wow. And I've never experienced a period like this where it was painless. It was not heavy bleed. I just needed a small, what was that? It was like a panty liner. That was it. And she also improved her blood sugar levels, improved significantly. Her fibroids did shrink. She told me later when this lady was from Kenya. Okay. Her blood sugar improved, her health improved, she lost weight. She was able to walk around, because before she wasn't able to walk as, because it was like the excess weight. She had diabetes, she had this, she was on this medication. She got off all her medications, and she's doing amazing. And her fibroids shrunk, and she's like, wow, right? Wow. And she's still having healthy cycles. That was not menopause. That's not menopause. That's your body. Our body was shut down sometimes. Our reproductive system was shut down due to the hormonal imbalance that you've been ignoring for so many years, and toxins, okay? A buildup of toxins. Sometimes it'll just shut down, and people think that's menopause. It's not menopause. That's your hormonal imbalances. That's toxins in the body, right? That's the elimination pathways being backed up. That doesn't have nothing to do with menopause. Menopause don't come with 100 symptoms. Real menopause does not come with any symptoms. Your period just gradually stops. That's it. It's a gradual shift. That's it. Those symptoms are from an imbalance in the body, toxins in the body. Okay. My mom is not even menopause. Exactly. I don't. We just normalize early menopause, and we just say, oh, it's just no. And then all of a sudden they're on hormones for the rest of their lives. That's crazy. They eat badly though. Exactly, and that's terrible. Plus drink well, that's a whole other conversation. Okay, it's a whole other conversation. That's that too. All right. So let's like the video. Does anybody have any other questions about fibroids, about endometriosis, heavy bleeding, reproductive health? We had a really good discussion today. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, we'll be back on Friday to wrap up our Protecting Your Womb series. Okay, Protecting Your Womb series. All right, I'm really excited for Friday's discussion. I'll let you guys know, but make sure you guys are on my email list. Click the link in my bio. Join my email list. Okay, if you're not on the email list, make sure you're also check out the courses that are on sale until Friday. This is the last sale we're gonna do with courses. Okay. Because we don't do sales with our signature program, but the sale for the courses, this is the last one. The last one. Okay? So does anybody have any other questions? If not, we're going to go. Y'all have a beautiful day. I guess not. Everybody's quiet today. Okay, y'all have a beautiful day. It's hot. I have to put the AC, put it lower. But hope that you guys have a beautiful day. Be sure to, again, check out the courses that are on sale. If you guys, listen, we had a lot of women take advantage of the sale. So I'm extremely happy about that. I know I'm going to get a lot of amazing testimonials later in the summer, maybe before that, okay? So I'm excited about that. If you have fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis, heavy bleeding, look into those courses, okay? There's 12 steps on Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course, and we have the Restore Your Womb course. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the conversation, and we'll be back on Friday. Be sure you can see it on the email list, okay? Bye, ladies.